From giving harsh critique to an old man,
The worst pizza in Denver.
to one of the worst owners he's ever encountered,
What did I do? I've never met an individual that's so full of shit.
these are some of the worst restaurant owners to ever get destroyed by Gordon Ramsay. Starting out with Pete the chef, who had been working 37 years in the kitchens and claimed to know what he was doing behind the grill. Panaleons claimed to have the best pizza in Denver on the awning, but behind the doors, both owners were struggling.
Nearly 30 years of business. Have you put money away?
No.
No,
You can't retire.
no.
And they made the cardinal sin of serving canned food to the master chef, hoping he wouldn't notice.
The first time I've done this?
Eventually, Gordon had enough of the bad food and called everyone around to the front of the building, where he started talking about the issues presented with the cuisine. But at every turn, it became an uphill battle, as Pete kept disagreeing with him.
The clams were dreadful.
I disagree with you.
Seriously?
Yes,
Your eyes tested, but that was not a thin crust.
I am disagreeing with you. I have.
We are not
Great
in
pizza.
1985, Pete.
This got on Gordon's nerves to the point that he brought the family in on the discussion, asking what they thought about things, and everyone agreed that he's not quite the chef he claimed to be anymore. Eventually, the Michelin star holder master chef was sick of this, and looking at Pete square in the eyes, he said,
Because I think you just cooked me the worst pizza in Denver.
I disagree with you.
but the old chef still never got it, making Gordon have to prove how wrong he really was about his own food by holding a taste test with strangers.
Way too much cheese. It overwhelmed everything else.
Felt my heart stop.
It was too much. Too much on the crust. The crust was soggy. It was just not very good.
In a nutshell, he lost out to a store-bought pizza, as only 10% of everyone who ate from the stand liked his proportions, with the majority going to the best Italian restaurant in the town. Everyone agreed he needed to change, and he's not the only one, because Sal's Pizzeria was having it far worse. Owner John had left high school at age 14 and had been helping his parents in their restaurant ever since. But after his mother had died 10 years earlier,
My mom became sick. She got diagnosed with cancer.
the restaurant began to go downhill. In the present day, manager Fabio was up to his neck with stress because John didn't want to move on.
In his mind, the system has worked, but it really stopped working like 20 years ago.
And once Gordon had critiqued some of the dishes, including his own pizza, John lost some of his confidence and replaced it with a very nasty temper. Gathering the staff into the kitchen the next day, Gordon starts listing off problems with her service.
I've just had one of the most disgusting lunches I've ever had. I stopped a dessert tray full of moldy desserts, and the tortellini, grainy, bland, and the potato was just dreadful.
Which began raising his temper to the boiling point. One staff member spoke up about the stuff they do and how he wouldn't eat the food here knowing the ways they made it in the back.
Solid,
Yes, they're disgusting. I don't eat them.
but
After thanking the staff for their honesty, Gordon walked off into the back without anything else to say because he'd actually run out of words.
thank you for your honesty.
During a later service where Gordon was present in the kitchen, he hears about one of the customers getting sick from the food, and upon investigating, he found bad shrimp, which led to the last thing any owner wants to hear.
No, my friend got sick.
Seriously, fishy.
I can smell the ammonia.
Yeah, you smell that? And that's what that man's just eaten. It does not look well. Call an ambulance.
But it's only after he saw everything from the freezer laid out on the table that he realized the gravity of the problem.
What the fuck is this? It's on menu. What do you think it is?
Disaster.
John, I've never ever encountered anything like this in my entire cooking career. Ever.
And this is where John admits that he was the center of the problem, to which Gordon had to break the harsh truth in softer words.
You're still treating this business as if Mum and Dad are here. We have to let go.
But the next restaurant takes this a step further as we move to Mangia Mangia and its owner, Julie, who had a first for Gordon, a restaurant drive-thru in an Italian place. The food he ordered didn't come out all that well, and when he did step inside, he saw the problems immediately. Julie introduced herself sweetly, but when questioned about issues, she starts slipping hard. This only gets worse as tensions rise within the staff.
This young man tried to punch you.
Yeah, he pushed me into the walk-in and tried to punch me when I told him I was gonna call the cops.
And when Gordon calls everyone to have a chat in the front, a glimmer of Julie's stubborn nature starts to come out.
I don't have fresh food. Everything that we come in except for our produce.
Okay, but I mean, you don't have fresh food.
We make all of our sauces.
Oh, come on.
We do.
Come on, what, you expect me to give you a round of applause because you make your sauce? Right.
Followed by her daughter getting a few words as collateral.
I'm not interested about the customers that blow smoke up your ass currently. I'm interested in the customers that aren't coming any longer. And truthfully, most customers don't like to complain to your face. They just don't come back. They vote with their feet.
But the meat of the issue is something far worse, because during a failing service, where the entire restaurant full of guests admits that they can cook better food at home, Julie walks out of the building and gets followed by Gordon, who's not playing nice anymore.
So why do you think it's fine now? I'm done. You don't care.
You're screaming at me in front of customers.
Because you don't fucking listen.
I do listen.
You do not. Listen, I was proving a point. Wasn't screaming at you.
What do you want me to say? You're...
Is incorrect. How in the hell are these doors still open?
Because I fight.
I'm sorry, but the truth hurts. And I've closed the restaurant before.
Eventually, he gets to say what no one else in her life has ever dared to say.
Was want. You can't take the criticism. That's what I'm struggling with. No, you can't.
Yes, I can.
You're going to stand there and argue that the shit that you're defrosting and cooking in the microwave is what the locals want. I failed in my hometown, but I don't stand there with the arrogance thinking, it's perfect.
I never said it was perfect.
So why are you taking their money?
Which leaves her in utter tears in the aftermath, and the team behind it all starts breaking apart as things spiral downhill.
I'm talking
Chris,
about
I'm talking about tables that tell me that you talk.
And I'm telling you what the tables are telling me.
Chris, I'm not gonna argue with.
She finally admits that things have to change, and the head chef is fired for being a massive liability. But what happens next when the biggest liability is the owner? Meet Abby, possibly one of the most stubborn owners in all of Ramsay's career. The two of them got off to a bad start as Gordon casually mentioned the bad service at a nearby hotel, unaware of one little detail.
What do you mean it was shocking?
There's a little hotel next door, a little boutique hotel.
We do the room service for that hotel. What was the problem?
Honestly?
Yeah.
That was embarrassing.
Why? What did you have?
Things went from shaky to worse as he kept talking about how bad their food was, despite the owner giving it a 10 out of 10 in her own words. We learned that she even fires her customers, which Gordon is confused about. But when she offered to suggest something to eat, he told her not to, because if that was the quality of food they produced when they were at their best, he's already feeling fear before the dining even starts. Seeing what kind of person she was, Gordon was not in any mood to go down this rabbit hole and made one thing clear.
You asked me to come here and look at this place to help you out. Let's get one thing clear straight away. Cut the bullshit.
Okay.
If you're going to sit there and start bullshit,
I'm not sitting, I'm standing.
I'm going to go for your balls.
But despite the warning and the fact that he was called here to help them out of crisis, Abby does not seem to get the message.
I absolutely think you're full of shit.
I've been here 5 minutes, and already you're in denial.
I'm not in denial. I will back up anything my kitchen does.
Fine.
And after seeing the state of their menu and how bad the food is, Gordon gets to go back into the kitchen and talk to the staff. Starting off strong, he's done with how the place is run. And when he asked who came up with the menu, we get some spicy sparks between him and Abby.
Cooking background, but you put the menu together. Abby, you've got to understand how frustrating this is.
Can you say something besides...
Just loopy!
I've been called worse than that.
Wake up and admit it's shit!
Gordon then went into the freezer to take a look at the state of it, and what he found did not amuse him.
Holy crap.
Look at that, lamb bones. Just dumped in there like that.
Everything reached a boiling point when Gordon and Abby got into one of the most heated arguments in Kitchen Nightmares history.
You're being a asshole. This wasn't like this.
Hold on
it wasn't like this. I don't run a kitchen like this.
Hold on a minute. You're calling me a fucking ass?
Damn.
You stuck-up, precious little bitch. Let me tell you something.
Oh, boy. Here we go.
Listen to me.
I'm not going to listen to you.
You're in denial.
I'm not in denial.
Yes, you are.
I am not in
Yes,
denial.
you are. And you can't even accept it. There, you'll walk out again.
I am.
There you go.
It It ended with Gordon having to walk out from rage, leaving them to fail and moving on to our next restaurant owners on the list. Jake and Athena, a mother and son duo that had been working in El Greco, where the son was nowhere to be seen on a good day. Jason and his mom did not get along well, which was something that Gordon witnessed from the very beginning. After taste testing some of their food to get a sense of things, Jake got turned into Swiss cheese by the master.
Chef Mike, the freaking microwave, has more qualifications than you.
And eventually he called out that this guy didn't even want to be here.
I've never seen one quite like a sack of shit that's standing in front of me now.
Ramsay told him how it is.
After a talk with Athena and a really bad service, Gordon actually has to admit that he needs room to think for the night. But at 10 o'clock the next morning, where he's supposed to be there, Jake is nowhere to be seen. When he does come in, it's a yelling match. One that ends shortly before our master chef arrives, and they're all gathered in the kitchen. When all was said and done, some tears were shed before the next service, and Gordon manages to convince Jake to give it one more chance. This ends with Gordon giving the microwave a push off the second-story window, much like he wishes he could push these next two owners. Sammy and Amy, proprietors of Amy's Baking Company. We start the story with a bit of Amy's personal opinion on the bloggers who lost them a ton of business, the internet saying her food was all disgusting, and moving on to more than a few clips of the two yelling at customers before they'd even met Gordon.
Yeah, you have a pizza, it's coming. You want to wait, you wait. You don't want to pay what you have and you from here. Do you understand?
Sammy?
Do you understand? You serve out, you motherfucker!
No,
you out!
get out
Don't
of here.
speak like this! Go out! Yeah,
Police! Sammy, call the police!
Shut up, police! Tell him go! Stop!
When he does sit down with the two and begins going through some of the problems the place faces, we get this gem of a clip where Amy begins to slip on the mask of being a good person.
And that's a joke.
You need thick skin in this business.
Well, they called me Crazy Amy B because I stood up to them, and I need people who respect you, who know that you have earned your stripes in the kitchen and in life. I need them to listen to you and not the online bullies and take your word that you're saying that our food is.
And they later served him an undercooked pizza with raw dough, something Ramsay did not appreciate all too much. During the first dinner service, he questioned them about things that disturbed him.
So it was raw, and I said, will you take that back? He said, I can't talk to her in service. Why is that? You're a husband and wife?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not as if you're sort of manager and assistant manager. So why can't you go and tell your wife?
Because
Sweetheart,
I know my
pizza,
wife.
wake up, is undercooked.
But Amy refused to admit any of the fault, claiming that she had indeed checked it before taking it out of the oven. Beyond that, she kept denying that Gordon was right on the premise that he was turning into one of the haters, making her teacher angrier by the second, despite having called him here to help save the restaurant.
There's no point me saying anything to you because you just say, well, it's good like that.
Whatever.
After finding the problem with the restaurant and learning that the ravioli was store-bought, Gordon had enough of her lies and walked out into the front of the store to grab everyone's attention for a special announcement.
Ladies and gentlemen, 2 seconds, please. The owner is trying to pull the wool over your eyes by offering you frozen raviolis that aren't even made within 500 miles of this front door.
After taking the reins, Gordon gets the green light from customers to remove the ravioli from their plates and asks Sammy who's gonna tell his wife the harsh reality, which he agrees to, after even more critique.
Listen.
Yeah.
No more raviolis.
No more
today.
raviolis and no more hamburgers and no more salmon burgers. People can only have cakes tonight.
Okay.
Amy refused to listen at all, and Gordon went back to the floor where he spotted something shady. Sammy seems to be taking all the tips meant for waitresses for himself, and when he's confronted about it,
No.
Don't with me.
Yeah, I will with you.
Yeah.
Who the you think you are?
I'm fed up. I'm getting sick and tired of your tips. Well, then fucking answer my question. Then fucking answer my question. Tell the customers they're going to get their tips.
No, they don't.
They should be told that you're taking them because this servers deserve them.
You want to speak with me?
Yeah, I want to
You
speak
want
with
to
you.
me? I will
I want
with
to
you.
with you.
Then I will with you.
this came to even more of a head when one of the staff members quit on the spot from the pressure. And after the evening service, when he's sitting down with the two of them, Amy gets confronted in one last attempt to make her see reason.
Behind your back are the most amazing desserts.
And in your freezer is store-bought shit raviolis that you're never going to convince me or a customer that they're good.
After Amy failed a final chance, Gordon had enough and delivered some cold, hard truth, along with one of the best lines ever heard from him.
Short period of time.
Really, 50 staff.
50 staff.
You're saying that I have fired 50 staff since
Both
Jessica
of you.
was here. You're saying that?
I am.
Can you prove that? Been attacked.
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 Why are you behaving like this?
Because I'm insulted. You verbally insulted me yesterday, and I held my
told you
tongue
the
out of
truth.
class. I didn't tell you the truth. I didn't
Why are
say
you pointing?
nasty things to you.
You have the right to run the business the way you want to run your business. I have the right to do the right thing. And the right thing for me is to get out of here. Good luck.
Leaving both of them speechless at the table, Gordon walks out and into the past as we now go to one of the worst burns he's ever given. To David, one of the 3 former owners of the Black Pearl. The place was rife with issues, not the least of which was money, and Gordon had done everything he could to get it back up on its feet, despite the 3 owners feuding endlessly. He sat down with them in an empty section of the restaurant. He compliments one of them and digs into the others.
But whilst you've got the hunger and the passion, I don't think your 2 partners actually give a damn.
One of them had only been there for 2 days a week without putting much effort into the failing business, but the other guy, man, he really got chewed on.
You amaze me. What? Because all week long, face to face, you pretend to care.
Oh, fuck, Gordon, come on. What did I do?
I've never met an individual that's so full of shit in all my life.
How have I been lying to you, Gordy? How? Tell me.
Gordy.
Yeah, how? You want to disrespect me? I can disrespect you too. But tell me how. Tell me how I've
I'm
been
not
lying to you.
disrespecting. I'm telling you the truth.
No, you're disrespecting me because you don't know the truth.
You're just massaging your ego.
And it's a miracle that this man did not get punched, because the more time passes, the more Gordon digs into his heels to tell David what a piece of work he really was.
True. From the first minute you walked in this door, standing there with your big long coat and your sunglasses, looking like proud cock. That was it. First impressions. Are you aware that the lobsters in your fridge are Canadian?
Pomartus americanus, same animal, right?
Humanus americanus, my arsos.
He had been putting his staff through the ringer and taking zero accountability for the lies throughout the episode, deflecting it all with silence. He even has the set of steel to tell Gordon Ramsay to his face.
I disagree with you on almost everything you said.
You do?
Yeah, I do.
Why do you disagree?
Because you're wrong. The great Gordon Ramsay is wrong. My advice would be for you to disappear, and the sooner the better.
And this culminates in one final jab, which sets in stone the fate of the Black Pearl, which closed only 4 days after Gordon left it. And that wraps up our video for tonight. Everybody, thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.